Welcome to Season 3 of Soul Spark. These episodes are brain snacks, brief bite-sized reflections from my personal journey, designed to be digested in just a few minutes. I want to keep things real here, which means these recordings, much like life itself, are perfectly imperfect. You might hear a pigeon outside my window, a scooter passing by, or me simply stumbling over a word. I'm not here to tell you how to live or what to do. I'm just here to share my unpolished stories and the questions I've wrestled with along the way. My hope is that by sharing what's moved me, I might just spark something in your soul today. Let's dive in. Episode 24, The Toddler on the Sphere. There is a heavy question hanging in the air these days. As you can feel the tension everywhere, are we, as humans, completely destroying the Earth? We are surrounded by two fierce, screaming camps. One side says it's absolute, proven fact that we are single-handedly ruining the planet. The other side fundamentally doubts it. Now, I'll be honest. Somewhere deep inside me, there's an old hippie who would love nothing more than to live in a small cabin in the woods, completely off-grid. I look around at our technology, our waste, and how we use the earth, and I absolutely agree that we need to do things better. We are polluting our home. But what if we shift our perspective for a moment? What if we stop looking at humanity as the arrogant, all-powerful managers of this planet? Imagine taking the entire history of humanity and comparing it to a single human life. If we do that, we are not the adults in the room. We are a baby that has just learned how to crawl. Think about what a baby does in that phase. Suddenly their reach has expanded. They go from lying on a mat to rolling and crawling across the room. The world is huge and they want to explore it, but because their muscles are still developing and because they don't understand that things are fragile, they break things. They knock things over. I remember when I was a kid, I emptied the fruit bowl across the living room floor more times than I can count. It was a mess. But this clumsiness is a natural part of the growth process. As a species, we're doing the same thing. We are exploring, building, and expanding, and yes, we are breaking things, sometimes just like shattered vase in a living room. A piece of nature is broken forever. But if you look at the cosmic timeline, you realize how small we actually are. The Earth is roughly 4.5 billion years old. We as Homo sapiens have only been here for about 300,000 years. We are a blink of an eye. Mass extinctions, shifting landscapes, and ice ages were happening long before we arrived. We treat the Earth like she's fragile, passive victim. But what if she is a massive living organism? With an intelligence that we can't even begin to comprehend. Just like a crawling baby cannot understand the intelligence of its parents, we cannot fully grasp the mind of Mother Earth. The philosopher Alan Watts once said, "You didn't come into this universe, you came out of it, like a wave from the ocean. We are not the enemy of the Earth. We are an expression of her." This realization brings a strange kind of peace. We don't have to carry the arrogant weight of thinking we control the cosmos. Our mother knows how to pull the emergency brakes if she really needs to. What bothers me most isn't our clumsiness, it's how politics and big corporations use the environment to keep us terrified. As the critic H.L. Mencken once wrote, "The aim of politics is to keep people alarmed with an endless series of imaginary ghosts." They use science as a rigid religion to force compliance and gain power, rather than using it as a tool to openly learn and grow. We are allowed to grow, we are allowed to stumble, fall, and learn how to clean up our messes, which in many ways we are clearly starting to do. So, I want to ask you, are you carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, acting like its manager? What if the most respectful thing you can do for the earth today is just to step outside, be humble, and remember that she's holding you, not the other way around? What if you gave yourself permission to just be a student of nature rather than its savior? I hope I sparked your soul today. Thank you for sharing this perfectly imperfect space with me today. As you step back into the rush of your world, remember that you don't need to have it all figured out, and you certainly don't need to perform for anyone. Sometimes just sitting with the messy questions is exactly where you need to be. May this brain snack offer you a deep breath and a moment of stillness in the noise. And remember, embrace the spark.